Yo, yo, yo. What is up, my guys? Let me just check if I'm recording. Yep, recording. Okay. This is Ruby versus Maka. Death battle. Okay. The wait period has been... Well, I haven't really been a part of the wait period because I just haven't had time, but for my own research, I say Maka wins. And I feel like they would say that Maka wins. Next time, I'm not sure. Either there's like how many more matchups from the Kickstarter are left? There's Group vs. Megamind, Ash vs. Yugi, Torian episode, and Ismahawk? Yeah. There's 4 more things missing. Oh yeah, and Anger. I already said Anger Strap, but yeah. I have no idea what they're gonna do next, but let's get started.
Fight! Ruby Rose versus Maka Albarn.
The battle of spunky teens with oversized gardening tools. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
I remember when Mama Boomstick read me bedtime fairy tales. Stories of heroes and warnings about eating those little berries and quicksand. So much quicksand.
Yet in the world of
True.
Remnant, fairy tales are real. Here, huntresses do battle.
Cartoons made quicksand so much more of a problem than they had to be. Like, quicksand is barely a thing.
With monstrous Grim, and there was nothing more exciting than that to Ruby Rose.
Daughter to the world-renowned huntress, Summer, who disappeared. Little Red really wanted nothing more than to be a huntress.
Her dedication paid off. Admitted into Beacon Academy 2 years ahead, a premier school for huntsmen and huntresses, Ruby clearly showed prodigious talent.
Not just that, she's got the weapon geek gene just like yours truly. Ruby doesn't leave home without her trusty Crescent Rose. It may look like a high-tech scythe, and it is, but it's also a gun. Ruby made Crescent Rose herself. It's like a dance between Grim Reaper's Choice and a bolt-action sniper rifle.
A dance is fitting, as
Hard
huntsmen are
light
locked in a
does.
never-ending waltz in their battle with the Grim.
That's what I
Crescent
haven't
Rose
seen
can
before.
switch between sniper and scythe at the press of a button. Ruby's an old hand at flinging and moving it exactly how she wants, despite it being, like, bigger than she is. How does she do it with those noodle arms? The girl can't even throw a punch.
Well, she might not need to, given the strength of her aura. All living beings in Remnant have an aura, except dark creatures like Grim, though not all of them can utilize it in combat without extensive training. See, aura forms a barrier that blocks fatal blows and even heals wounds.
It can make weapons stronger too. When Ruby slaps a
Come on,
cartridge of dust
John.
into Crescent Rose, her aura lights up nature's wrath in man's hand.
Dramatic, but accurate. This dust represents the base elements of the world. Fire, electricity, ice, wind, anti-gravity. Does that last one count?
Rule of cool, Wiz. She's got the eyes of a hawk, and when she shoots you with dust, a bullet wound's the last thing you'll be worried about. With enough of a boost, ice dust can freeze over whole
Molecular
maps, and she can power up her
intangibility.
kicks to crater military-grade
Ruby's dust should be comparable to White's, which kill a Monster after you survive a 3.6 kiloton explosion.
steel.
A person's aura may be limited, but Ruby can keep track of hers with this handy health bar on her not smartphone.
Ruby blasted through Huntress classes with flying colors. Almost right away, she was appointed the leader of her own group, with Weiss Schnee, Flake Belladonna, and Big Sis Yang Xiaolong. Oh, I get it. Team Ruby.
But Ruby's hope for many years of learning with her friends would be dashed as evil machinations spread like wildfire. And with a flash of silver light, Beacon had fallen.
Ruby's friends? Dead. Her school? Totally wrecked. Her sister? disarmed, all because of a lover's spat that went way too far.
Salem saw the world divided, and it was time to say goodbye to any happily ever after.
But Ruby wouldn't give up like that, so she set off to change the world.
Even as Crescent Rose began to feel heavier and heavier. Could she really save the world like her fairy tale heroes? All she did is what she's always done and never stopped moving forward.
Because Crescent Rose wasn't the only thing she needed. She had to improve her semblance too.
Right. While
Okay.
aura is essentially the manifestation of one's soul, the semblance is an expression of their personality.
Basically, it's a superpower farmed by aura, and Ruby's got super speed. Or a teleport? Or what is she doing exactly?
Close. This is Petal Burst, a mixture of speed, teleportation, and intangibility. Ruby can rocket from one point to another in milliseconds.
By literally bursting
Yeah,
into
thank
petals.
you.
Sort of.
Thank you, the show Ruby, for telling us about that until, what was it, like season 5? Why'd you wait so long? That would have been cool to know from the beginning, but yeah,
According
you know.
to Best Robo Girl Penny, Ruby's semblance is extremely complex and variable. It involves breaking her body down to its molecular
Other characters like Mercury have struck Ruby mid-Petalverse before, but this was before she fully understood the ability. She could later phase through attacks more regularly.
components before zooming off in complex paths, negating the laws of mass entirely.
AKA Super Speed Plus. And Nora is best girl. Ruby's petal burst is so quick she can make flying missiles look completely still. Good luck tagging her with a bullet or a breadstick.
She's
Boomstick
certainly
got
quick enough to
taste.
give Emerald and Mercury
tell
a
them
hard
that.
time, and they've dodged actual lightning.
She's faster than Blake, who could keep up with the most cringe faunus of all, Adam Taurus.
Well, he did draw his
Yep.
sword fast enough to parry an actual particle beam. In real life, such a beam is created by accelerating charged particles to just under light speed.
So, that's impressive.
With such a powerful ability, Ruby could safely shine her smile for years, even as she carried the fate of Remnant across the world. To her friends, she was a beacon of hope.
Well, yeah, because she's got one more superpower. Her silver eyes. Just like her mom, Ruby inherited them from the God of Light as a weapon against negative anti...
Grim are creations of the god of darkness as a representation of malignant? Malignant. I don't know that word. And destruction. The silver eyes can counter grim powers with its light of life. This is shown in a battle with the apathy, where Ruby's silver eyes restore her drained willpower.
life energy, like the evil goop Grim spawned from. Just a wink and blam! Sayonara, Dragon of Darkness!
But Ruby's skills didn't falter after her time at Beacon. As she journeyed across Remnant, she leveled up to compete with all sorts of powerful magic and mechanized foes. Her team could even match the Ace Ops, an elite squad of longtime professional huntsmen.
Including Harriet,
God,
whose super
that
speed
fight.
semblance was totally outclassed.
That goddamn fight. That the power scaling for the show kind of went out the X at that point, but oh well. Oh, Superman and Ragnar. There it is.
By Petal Burst, and Vine, whose aura was strong.
The Aesops were also able to contend somewhat with Maiden Penny, who has a similarly impressive feat of lifting Amity Sim. Through even as a group, they struggled against her. Okay.
Strong enough to contain a bomb that was about to decimate the whole city of Mantle. Man, these are some pretty powerful auras.
Though it's important to remember
Hold the fuck on. Look at that fucking explosion!
And Vine, whose aura was strong enough to contain a bomb that was about to decimate the whole city of Mantle. Man, these are some pretty powerful auras.
Though it's important to remember, Ruby is only 17 years old. The weight of being a leader, a savior, and a huntress like her mother would get heavier and heavier and heavier.
She got over it. Look at her go!
Taking Crescent Rose firmly in hand and
She got
sending
over
a
it.
message of unity to the rest of the world. Ruby had finally left the fairy tale behind, taking one more step toward the day we've waited for.
Okay, okay.
Today's battle is sponsored by Prize Picks.
We all make decisions every day, but on
People that watch Death Battle and Gamblers have some crossover, I'm guessing. Of course they do. Okay, skip, 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 skip. Time for Maka. See it.
A sound soul dwells within a
Sound
sound mind and a
with
sound body.
But all the unjust evil souls of this world are on the Disney Fast Pass to becoming a Kishin.
Everybody needs to watch Soul Eater. Do it. Or at least listen to the soundtrack. Oh my god. Death the Kids. Like, theme. So scandalous. So good.
Destructive gods mutated from good-natured souls. A Kishin could plunge the world into chaos and madness. If only someone could stop them.
Bing bong, it's the DWMA. Welcome to Death Weapon Meister Academy, where death rules. Literally, his name is Death.
Here, Lord Death tasks humans to become spiritually talented meisters of demon weapons.
AKA people who are also a weapon. No, really, they transform into weapons. Guns, ninja stars, hammers, you name it. A Meister weapon pair kills and consumes lost souls to keep the Kishin away. Jack the Ripper? More like Jack the Fraud.
And so, the demon weapon, Soul, was paired with the dutiful rising star, Maka Albarn.
Talk about your classic teacher's pet.
Maka
the kind of girl who
13.
leaves an apple on the desk and goes, "Teacher,
Destroy
you
your
forgot to give us
soul." Yep.
homework." And then we jump them.
As if Soul's any better, a weapon who's too concerned with being
Fish.
cool to do any real work.
Hey, Soul's not just any
Yep.
demon weapon. He's a scythe. And he's got his sights on upgrading to the highest level of Death Scythe.
Which would be a high honor. And lucky for Soul, Maka always aims high.
With that common goal, Maka and Soul formed the Dream Team. All they needed was 99 Kishin eggs and the soul of a witch. Easy, right?
Maybe, since Maka is
Yep.
extraordinarily perceptive at spotting and examining souls. She can detect spiritual presences from millions of yards away and can discern its nature, stability, and emotions.
Time for class then.
Soul Eater, Death's last weapon. Death Side, Pianist, Shapeshifting. Soul Hag, Soul Audio, Black Blood Dress, Madness.
The two trained hard, but their styles kinda weird. Okay, so Maka guides Soul in the direction she wants to go, but Soul, the scythe, does all the actual movements himself.
I need to
Maka's
read a
the
manga,
Meister,
but
Soul's the
I've
weapon.
heard some
Like
stuff about the
conductor
Black
and
Blood Dress,
instrumentalist,
so that's
a
going to
Meister
be
weapon pair cannot work
fun
in
to look
harmony
into.
without total cooperation.
Too bad their teamwork sucked. They fumbled the easiest chance for Death Scythe status, F-.
Maka just could not get in tune with
Damn
Soul's
you,
wavelength.
Blair.
She was skilled, sure, more skilled than most.
Keyword, most. There were plenty of rivals showing her up, like Blackstar and Tsubaki.
Really puts a damper on the straight A's when this show-off is doing better than you.
It was up
My
to
boy
Maka and Soul
Blackstar.
to improve their teamwork through Soul Resonance.
What I said about wavelength wasn't metaphorical. Rather, wavelengths are the means with which Meister and weapon draw strength through each other. Think of two wavelengths as different emotional amplitudes that must merge at one alignment.
If the Meister's the guitar and the weapon's the amp, then they create a feedback loop to increase its frequency. That's Soul Resonance.
Soul Resonance creates a telepathic link and surges their strength and speed.
And preps them for cool scythe moves like the Witch Hunt Slash, a big energy strike that puts the L in evil.
As the name implies, it works especially well
Sometimes
against
it's
witches and other evil creatures. It's not exclusive or anything.
It's actually really deadly against evil because of Maka's rare anti-demon wavelengths. Basically, being a goody little two-shoes gets her the power of purity or whatever.
Maka and Soul were becoming a synchronized unit, though one would sometimes need to rein in the other's idiotic habits.
And the other guys gotta stop their annoying overthinking, Wiz.
But everything changed after a unique encounter with Krona, which nearly killed Soul.
Now Soul had an ogre pal in his head, waiting for him to swing on over and play the piano. Yep, Soul got infected with black blood.
Black blood was specially brewed as a weaponizable blood. It hardens and strengthens its user's body, inside and out, increasing their physical ability. They can even block blades with their bare skin.
Too bad it comes with a little side effect of madness with a capital M.
A force of fear and sadness all living things possess, which threatens to ruin the world.
So it was kind of a big deal that Maka was bummed by how she got Soul in a jam. But thanks to Soul, she got over it and even welcomed in their new little ogre buddy.
Now when Soul plays his grand piano, their soul resonance sings even louder through the black blood.
Giving Maka all the perks of black blood too, even the crazy parts. Bet you didn't expect that, Krona.
But evil saw their plans through. The Kishin Asura had arrived. Madness was spreading everywhere.
So Maka...
Give me Asura versus Sukuna. Do it. Come on, do it. It's my favorite Sukuna matchup out of all of them. Like, sure, Sukuna versus Muzan is probably going to be the one that happens. But there's also Sukuna versus Demon King Piccolo. Sukuna versus that one Shredder, like Tengu Shredder, I believe. Yeah, Tengu Shredder. There's also Sukuna versus Sasuke. But out of all of them, give me Sukuna versus Ashura, please. That's the one I want.
Maka and Soul had to lock in and upgrade their witch hunt to the even stronger demon hunt slash. They went on even more missions to reap souls with classmates like Blackstar, and that guy outran his own shadow.
Perhaps the most obvious evidence ever of faster than light speeds, and Maka could finally keep up with him.
Pair that with her fight with the demon tool Gopher, who could obliterate whole mountains, and you've got one hell of an ass kicker.
And yet, Maka's relationship with Soul still faltered. Soul was the real star here. Even other Meisters were trying to take him as a weapon, away from Maka.
I mean, he literally moves himself, so Maka couldn't help but wonder if she was holding him back all along.
But Soul said the truth. In all of their missions, their teamwork was the key to their victory. An orchestral performance is only as good as the one conducting. And so, their wavelengths played
In the anime, Maka has a different final form in which she manifests psychic blades. Oh yeah, at the end of the... In the anime, that shit... Ending in the anime was ass. Don't watch... But the rest of the show pretty good.
harmony, and Maka donned a dress of black blood.
It's an armor literally made of blood, and it lets Maka fly around and shoot out her soul as an epic sound wave. So freaking metal!
At the same time, Soul discovered he could hack souls and directly transmit Maka's anti-demon wavelengths, basically shutting their enemy completely down through Soul Adagio.
And they finally achieved Death Scythe! The dream's here, baby!
So when Krona's own black blood reached its final stage,
Like how they had to keep the star there for Black Star, of course. Obviously, Medusa's vector arrows. Yep, Medusa. Give me Medusa versus Orochimaru. That, please.
Maka and Soul flew to the moon. A moon small and unassuming, but so dense it has the same mass as the planet itself. The very world's sanity was at stake.
Krona might have gone insane, but Maka still reached out to their new friend Soul until the Kishin showed up to ruin everything. Come on, Asura, they're having a moment here. Timing, bro.
In what would be Maka's final exam, Maka, Soul, and all of their friends faced off against the Kishin.
And she passed. A+.
No Fire Force scaling, sorry guys.
Her teamwork with Soul. Their wavelengths were pitch perfect.
Asura did everything he could to separate them, crater them into the moon, punch holes in Maka's chest, tamper their souls with madness, and each time they successfully realigned their wavelengths.
Until they kicked his ass with one final upgrade, the Kishin Hunt Slash. Maka Chop! Now that's what I call absolute cinema.
Because a sound soul dwells within a sound mind and body. So should you feel overwhelmed by evil's roars, just write 4242564 whenever you want to knock on death's door.
Congratulations to us.
Wiz, your ego is showing.
It always is. And why not? This death battle is episode 200.
Well, yeah, it's a big deal, so we've got a big discount on our website to celebrate.
That's www.deathbattle.gg.
Hell yeah, episode
Website
200.
episodes number
Episode 200.
200 to get
Go check that
20%
shit
off.
out.
You can only off your
Data through all
Okay. So they try to keep it pretty close, not really using the moon teeth feet, so Maka's at 16.6 kilotons, while Ruby's probably at the 6.8 kilotons, so just from the episode itself I'm showing, but I would say Maka still wins. Let's get it!
Possibilities. It's time for a scythe battle!
Okay, it's official. This is so not cool.
Oh, come on, Soul. Our target should be here, so try helping out. Hi! Who are you looking for?
Hey, my power kind of went out, so I'm back. I don't know if I'll be able to edit this into the first half that happened, or if I'll need to do a part 2 video. But here's what I'll do. I'll go back to the beginning of the fight and try watching from there. So right there. Well, let's get this started. 3, 2, 1.
This is so not cool.
Oh, come on, Soul. Our target should be here, so try helping out. Hi! Who are you looking for?
Put it in higher quality. Is that too high? Thought so. Hold on. There we go. Let's get this started.
Little Red Riding Hood, your humanity has strayed from its just path, and the Shinigami has conquered. Oh my gosh, your boyfriend turns into a scythe! Oh, that's so cool! Your soul is ours!
Oh, god damn it. Come on. I guess I'm going for 720 like an animal. Come on.
I like my soul, thanks!
Won't lie, Red. Your moves are sick, but too slow for my Meister.
You haven't seen anything yet! Focus. She's quick, but we can handle it.
Let's go, Soul Resonance!
Hell yeah, Soul Resonance. Chrono reference. Yep, the Maka vs. Chrono fight.
Back here! Soul, hurry! Interesting. Her soul forms a barrier. Try helping out.
Relax.
Sorry, but I'll never stop fighting. I'm Ruby Rose, and I am a huntress!
Soul Adagio!
Ruby!
wavelengths. Damn it, she's... Stay strong, Maka! You got this!
Yep. There's the win.
A simple, honest soul. Ruby Rose, huh?
There's the 2 moons.
KO!
Okay.
Rest in peace, Ruby. But hey,
See how
it's
they
not
explain
often
it.
you get to see scythe-on-scythe action like that.
Let's break this down with the 4 categories that best represent this matchup. First, strength.
Or a supercharged Ruby's strength way higher than you'd think, like kicking this Grim through steel. But Maka's soul resonance could match Gopher, who destroyed mountains.
Gopher.
Now, Team Ruby did defeat Vine, whose aura contained a bomb that could have wiped out a city.
Adding up their flight speed and how far Harriet said they'd have to fly to avoid the blast, that's a 366 kiloton bomb.
It's possible Ruby's own aura possesses a similar level of, say, energy strength, though her semblance obviously can't replicate what Vine did.
Black Blood Maka got blasted by Asura.
The moon's mass was increased to equal to Earth in the prequel series Fire Force, but a character named Barrier. This is the reason why it floats in the air, self-sustained.
To the moon. Yeah, it's small, but its mass is the same as Earth's, right?
Putting Asura's strikes at 2 quadrillion tons of TNT.
So utilize chain resonance to amplify Maka's stats. Portions of the Ashura fight. However, this was a much smaller amp than the Black Blood dress, and he had stopped doing so before Ashura's crater feat.
Over 5 billion times higher than Vine.
So, Maka takes strength, but speed wasn't as clear-cut. Ruby's a fast little gal. Maka kept up with Blackstar, faster than Shadows and whatnot, but as they improved their skills, Ruby and her friends could outspeed Adam.
Who blocked a particle beam. Though given the distance and time to react, Adam moved about 42% the speed of light. Not quite faster than your own Shadow.
While Maka has said that Black Star is stronger than her, she frequently keeps up in speed. The two can also utilize chain resonance, which requires equal contribution. Maka's statements also do not factor in her Black Blood dress.
Territory. Still, Ruby's Petal Burst has become far faster than this over time, and clearly gives more than a 2-time speed increase on top of that 42%, making her well past light speed.
Definitely enough to take on Harriet, who was all about speed. Angry speed.
This isn't to say Maka couldn't keep up thanks to Soul Resonance, but Petal Burst makes this comparison close enough to call it a tie, and their speed would be key to winning in skill.
Come on, Wiz. Call it what it really is. It's Scythery.
That's not a word.
Maka's Scythery was pretty good, but Soul does all the movement for her. As a Meister, she was mostly a guide.
It's easy to assume that Ruby's, Scythery was superior. She's entirely self-sufficient at dancing with her weapon.
Soul's own control is still a factor here, but it doesn't change that Ruby's been swinging.
Ruby trained with Crescent Rose since her time at Signal. Why did I say Sigil? Signal Academy. Maka and Soul did not achieve Soul Resonance until their battle with Stein. Moreover, Ruby is not only 4 years older than Maka, but her training across Remnant took a minimum a year longer than the events of Soul Eater's story.
In that thing for way longer than Maka. Ruby's got Scythery in the bag.
Perhaps this edge would be enough for Ruby to avoid Maka's far greater strength if she had the better powers.
So, Aura's really cool. Barriers, healing, superpowers, and so on. But it's got one big weakness.
It is a finite resource that is required for all of Ruby's powers.
Petal Burst, activating dust, even powering up Crescent Rose takes juice and some aura. Once it's gone, Ruby's totally vulnerable.
And there's a second key factor regarding aura. It is specifically a manifestation of Ruby's soul.
And Maka's powers are all about taking on souls. Maka had lots of ways to break through Ruby's aura, like Soul Adagio.
And since Maka is exceptionally gifted at examining souls, she could definitely figure out how aura works.
But plot twist, what about Ruby's silver eyes? Her anti-Grim eye beams? Turns out they were actually her best secret weapon.
The negative power of Grim is quite similar to Madness wavelengths, which power Black Blood.
Silver Eyes provide Ruby with minor resistance to emotional manipulation, but Madness wavelengths can induce those effects to targets that have resisted such powers. Ruby was also affected by Emerald's hallucinations, making it unlikely that she can negate madness.
Since anti-demon wavelengths can cancel out black blood, the silver eyes should achieve a similar effect.
But Maka and Soul's whole story is about reaching that perfect soul resonance. Asura tried every way in the book and more to separate their wavelengths and failed. And we already talked about how much stronger he is than Ruby. Maka takes powers, because when she rose to the occasion, Ruby didn't stand a semblance of a chance and bit the dust.
The winners are Maka Albarn and Soul Evans.
Let's
Wait,
get
his
it. Let's
name
get
is
it.
Soul Evans?
Let's skip next time.
on
We'll see.
Death
Let's see.
Battle.
Let's see. Okay, what?
Subscribe
Blade
and join
versus
as a member to see more Death Battle.
And
Thanks
it's
for
an
watching.
Ismahawk! It's the Ismahawk episode. Oh my god, yes. Yes! Jay. There it is. There it is, Jay. Mr. Jagwin. One of my pals. He didn't think it was going to happen, but here it is. Blade vs. Buffy. It's Ismahawk episode. I fucking called it. But yeah. I'm going to have to do a couple more rewatches of Ruby vs. Maka, but so far, it's a pretty good episode. The specific area in the fight I'd like to go to. Here it is. Oop. Anti-gravity? No.
Interesting. Her soul forms a barrier. Try helping out.
Relax.
Love that change in the music. Love the episode. I'll give my rating later, but I would say I had a pretty good time. But see you guys next time. If this one takes 3 weeks, I should be able to do it pretty quickly then. Okay. See you guys. Have a good one.